Hello and welcome to my first video on my channel. If you joined me for an earlier live stream, you might have seen us hunting for orange toe bean villagers for one of my islands. Why? Well, we were seeing so many cute villagers, I chose kind of an arbitrary criteria to pick my villagers off of, so I thought orange toe beans were really cute, and that made me think, maybe I should make a tier list of all the cute little toe beans for anybody else who's interested in knowing what they look like, how cute they are. Yeah, and that's it. I don't have anything else. Anyways, enjoy the video.
Just as a disclaimer, this is my opinion. Please don't take these personally or take any offense to what I say. I just thought this would be funny. Thank you.
Now, truthfully, all these beans are adorable, so this is not really a best to worst list, rather a love to like list. So, before we get into the tier list, let me explain what each of these mean. The first tier list, Chef's Kiss Beans, I think kind of speaks for itself. In this case, I'm the chef, and this is for the absolute top tier beans, in my opinion. The second tier, Duke's Beans, which is the dog from Bush's Baked Bean commercials. If you remember those commercials, that dog was obsessed with selling the Bush's Baked Beans family recipe. And a little more than I remember actually. Just look.
Bush's secret family recipe for sale.
Duke! Did you have something to do with this?
Right, Jay. I'm running a printing press in my basement.
And that's why this tier is dedicated to all the villagers I would sell in the black market. I mean, this tier is for all the toe beans I'm obsessed with as much as Duke is. The third tier, Kevin's Floor Chili Beans. If you've watched The Office, then you might have seen this scene. Now, this tier is for the beans that deserve this level of commitment. Next tier is Rhett's Baked Beans. If you've watched Good Mythical Morning, you might have realized that Rhett really likes beans. Like a lot. He's no connoisseur, but you don't need to be one to know when the beans are good beans. Finally, the has-beens. Pun intended, but also not intended. We're not here to body shame villagers. We're not here to tell them their beans aren't good enough. These are for the villagers that just have some nice beans. And with that out of the way, let's meet our contestants. We have about 123 beans to rank, so this is gonna take some time. And if you're wondering how I got all these photos, well, okay, now let's get started. First we have H&S. His beans actually are like little racetrack beans. You can't tell from here, but I'll insert a larger photo. Now, I can't tell if these are actually his real beans or if these are boots. Allegedly they're boots, but I'm just gonna judge them like they're real beans, and I'm obsessed. And because I'm obsessed, they're going into Duke's Beans. Next, we have Alice. Okay, so I'm gonna start off and just say all the koalas don't have toe beans, but they have like little paw pads. So I'll still count that as toe beans. I do wish I had a little more. Even though these are orange, I think these are just gonna go into Rhett's Baked Beans. Next, we have Anka. Now, Anka's beans, really good match for her color. I think these are really cute, to be honest. I, however, am not obsessed, and I think they're just good beans, so I'm gonna put them into Rhett's Baked Beans. Next, we have Audie. Audie, okay, these beans, they look like nature's orange. basically. Like, these are the color of the yolk of an egg. These are absolutely made to be loved, and I think I'm gonna put these into Duke's beans. Next, we have Bengal. These beans, I'm just not super obsessed with them, so I'm gonna put them into Brett's baked beans. Next, we have barreled. Okay, the little gray beans, actually pretty cute. It's a look. It is definitely a look. I'm going to put them into... I think I'm also going to put them into Brett's baked beans. Next, we have B's beans. Very cute. Also going into Brett's baked beans. After that, we have Beardo. Okay, Beardo has these really yellow beans. I can't really say I'm going to rank them higher than Brett's baked beans. Okay, next we have Benjamin. Benjamin's beans, very bright. I love them, but not how bright they are. So they're going into Kevin's floor chili beans. Bianca, okay, cute pink little beans, absolutely adorable. I am going to be picky about the beans, so these are cute, but they're going to still be in Brett's baked beans. Okay, next we have Biscuit. Okay, look at these beans. Very bright and colorful and fun. They're gonna go right next to Benjamin's colorful and fun beans in Kevin's floor chili beans. Blair. Look at Blair's beans. So cute, so tiny. I'm obsessed. I love the little hint of a paw. Like the hint of a toe bean. I'm gonna put this one in Duke's beans. I think I have to say I'm obsessed. Blue Bear, up here. You don't need to know why, because they're Blue Bear's beans. Like, just look at them. And on that same note, Bob's beans? I actually can't tell if they're pink or orange, but the combo is really cute. I'm kind of torn. It's either Duke's beans or Chef's Kiss bean. You know what? There's room for Bob at Chef's Kiss beans. Next, we have Bones. Bones, okay. Look at these. These are so precious. Yeah, we have a three-way streak into Chef's Kiss beans. It's happening. It's happened. Now, Bud. These look like actual baked beans, to be honest. Like, he needs some sunscreen on those beans. I don't know if I'm a fan of the really red beans. I'm gonna put them into has beans. Next, we have Butch. Okay, really cute orange beans. Also, I should have said this earlier. I'm not sure if I'm deciding between, like, just the beans or just, like, the toes and the beans. Like, all of them. So, I'm sorry if some of my bean colors don't match up with where I've placed them on the tier list. Anyways, I'm gonna put Butch probably into Kevin's floor chili beans. Callie, very tiny little beans, very cute. Not super obsessed though, so these are just some good beans right here. Canberra. Her beans look like makeup palettes. It's a little disturbing to me actually, so these are going into has beans. Caroline, I like them, and they're going into the floor chili beans. Charlize. Charlize is one of my besties on my island. I do wish there was more, so let's see. I'm going to put her into Brett's baked beans. Next, we have Sherry. These beans, I'm a little confused. It's hard for me to, like, make them out for some reason. They look like they're kind of blending in a little bit. They're cute, but I'm going to put her into has beans. Just because I want some more, less muddled of beans. I don't know if that's a fair assessment, but this is my opinion, so who knows. Next we have Cherry. I feel like these are going into Duke's beans. Like, kind of obsessed with that. Next we have Chester. Look at the baby. Look at his little paws. I think Chester deserves commitment for sure, and he's going into Kevin's floor chili beans. Next we have Chief. These beans, not super obsessed, going into Red's baked beans. After that we have Chow. I don't know why, but these look like he is blistering, and I'm very concerned again for these beans. So for that reason, going into has beans. Next we have Claudia. So Claudia has some like vibrant purple beans. I'm trying not to judge her based on the pink paws because I don't like pink that much, but the purple is really nice. It's super vibrant. It's a bold statement. I think she'll have to go into Kevin's floor chili beans. Next we have Cookie. Cookie's beans actually look like real cookies. Like, these look scrumptious, to be honest. And I think for that reason, she's going into Kevin's floor chili beans. Definitely some famous cookie beans. Next, we have Kurt. Kurt has some interesting beans. I think these would definitely be on par with Rhett's baked beans. After that, we have Daisy. The lavender little paws, and then her white beans. These are going into Duke's beans. I love them. Next, we have Dobie. Dobie's beans, very cute. Dobie is going to go into Red's baked beans. Elvis. Elvis has some really bright beans, and I do appreciate a fashion statement, but these are a little too bold red for me, so they're going into has beans. Eugene. Eugene is a cutie. Eugene's paws look like actual sunny side up eggs. I don't know how to feel about that. I think these are probably going to be either some Rhett's baked beans or has beans. I think they're gonna go into has beans. The beans are just more like eggs than they are beans, but they're still cute. Fang. Purple beans. What more do I need to say? Going into floor chili beans. Felicity. Okay, Felicity I have on my island, and I love her. Her beans, I think, are gonna go into the baked beans, though. I love them still. Love you, girl. Filbert. We're getting some Blue's Clues vibes, some Sully from Monsters Inc. vibes. I think that little combo itself, very cute. We're gonna put this one into Kevin's floor chili beans. Actually, executive decision, it's going into Bush's baked beans. I'm obsessed with associating this with Blue's Clues and Monsters Inc. Okay, Fred, going into Rhett's baked beans. Freya. Freya, probably, I'm going to put this one into, I'm going to put it into baked beans. Now, I know I've been putting more of the colorful ones up here, and Freya's are colorful. However, I feel like the beans aren't doing the rest of Freya justice. I don't know when I decided that was a category, but it is. So that's where it's going. Don't fight me, please. Goldie. Okay, Goldie's beans. I'm sorry, but I'm putting them into has beans. They're still cute, but I really can't tell where the beans are. They're very like hard to point out. Okay, Gonzo's beans, I think are gonna go into has beans. You might see a lot of the koalas going into has beans. I'm trying to still keep in mind they're beans, but it's hard when I don't have the full bean. Like the little bean toes, the toe beans. Isn't that what the point of toe beans are? Those are the beans. Grizzly. Grizzly is going into Rhett's baked beans. Groucho, I actually kind of digging this, to be honest. I'm kind of digging the little light blue pots, so I'm gonna put these into Kevin's floor chili beans. Hazel, so cute, cute little paws. Not as obsessed though. Like, I could be more obsessed, so I'm gonna put these into Rhett's baked beans. Ike. Ike has some cute beans. I think in general I'm not a fan of the yellow, so I'm gonna put them into Rhett's baked beans. Ione. Oh my god. Look at the glowing beans. You know where this is going, right? We know, you know, I know. It's going up here. And followed up by another contender, Judy. She is going into Chef's Kiss beans as well. Next, we have June. June, I think these are really cute. They're kind of like caramel. I think I'm just making up ways to compare these paws to other colors. But I'm going to put these into Rat's Baked Beans. Kabuki is next. Kabuki has really cute beans. Again, I'm not a fan of the pink as much, but I think someone would appreciate them, so I'm going to put them into Red's Baked Beans. Cat. Cat's beans. I don't know what it is about this gray. I'm not as big of a fan of the gray. I'm going to put this one into Has Beans. Kit Kat. Okay. We have another pair of like racetrack beans. Okay, believe it or not, there is slightly a difference between these beans and Agent S's beans, and because of that, I'm going to put this one into Kevin's Florida chili beans. Don't come for me. That is where it's going. Okay, moving on. Kiki is going to go into Rat's Baked Beans. Just a little too bright of a pink for me. And I think I'm going to say Kitty also is going to go into Rat's Baked Beans. Also just not the right shade of pink for me. Cody, okay, that's the right shade of pink. This one's going into Duke's Beans. It went up there. It's so cute. Look at them. Kyle's beans? These are like pure like ganache, chocolate beans. I think these beans are actually kind of making me hungry, so I'm going to put them into Kevin's Florida chili beans. Actually, look at this. Leonardo, same thing. We're going into Kevin's Florida chili beans with those. Leopold, not a big fan. Also, this bright pink is super, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it goes with a brown. I'm gonna put these into Has Beans. Lionel, Has Beans. Lobo, very cute green. I love that. I'm gonna put these into Kevin's Florida chili beans. Lolly, absolute precious beans. Going into Chef's Kiss. Lyman's beans actually look like avocados when you cut them in half. I don't know if that makes them higher in the list, but I think they could be in Rat's Baked Beans. Mac has orange beans. I'm starting to get tired of the orange beans already. Oh no. Mac, I think you're gonna go into Rat's Baked Beans. Not really speaking to me right now, bud. Okay, we got some more chocolatey beans. Maddie, Kevin's Florida chili beans. Maple, Kevin's Florida chili beans. Marcel. I know I just said I was getting tired of the orange beans, but maybe the color combo was just off for me. I think this one works, and this one's going into Kevin's Florida chili beans. Marshall, look at the beans. They're so tiny. I think Marshall's beans are going into Kevin's Florida chili beans. Next, we have Marty. Marty's beans, actually not a bad yellow, to be honest. I think these could definitely go a little higher in the ranking, so we're going to Kevin's Florida chili beans with these. Next, we have Megan. Okay, Megan's beans. The blue, I'm trying to decide if I like the blue or if I want more from it. Megan, I think, will go into Brett's Baked Beans. Melba is going into Has Beans. Mary, I think these beans deserve a spot in Duke's Beans. Mint. Okay, I'm not a fan of mint in general. The color I like, but not on this villager. And I think I'm gonna have to put mint into Has Beans. Mitzi. Okay, Mitzi, orange beans, very cute. These are gonna go into Kevin's Florida chili beans. And I think following Mitzi is gonna be Mo. And no, I think that's where we're stopping. Mo's beans are cute. Monique's beans are also cute, but they don't quite speak to me as much, so we're going into Brett's baked beans. After Mo, we have Mott. Mott's beans are very bright as well. Not sure if I'm a fan. I'm gonna put these into has beans. Murphy. Murphy, okay, I'm gonna try to ignore the color of Murphy because it's not a bad color at all, actually, but the beans are very cute. So the beans are going into Brett's baked beans. And I think following Murphy, we're gonna also put Nate here. And we're gonna put Nibbles here. All three of these are getting a spot into Brett's baked beans. Oh wait, Olive, I'm trying not to be biased, but Olive is one of my favorite villagers on my island. She's so precious. She's so cute. Now, the question is, do her beans get a ranking at the top? I would say her beans are cute. And you know what? They're still good beans. So I'm going to put them into Rhett's baked beans. Yeah. Not bad beans by any means. Next, we have Olivia. I think Olivia is going to go into Brett's baked beans. Next, we have Ozzy. These are going into has beans. Paula, not a fan of the gold. They're going into has beans. Peanut, I love this. Look at her shirt, too. I love the little beans. I'm not as big of a fan of pink beans, so they're going to go into Rhett's baked beans. Pecan, however you want to say it. Don't come for me for that. The beans, they're cute. Do wish there was a little more to them, so they're going to go into has beans. Pico. Okay, I love when villagers have a little fade in their toes, like their feet kind of fade from different colors, and I love her bold paws. These are going into Duke's beans. So we have Pinky next. Pinky's beans, I think I'm gonna put them into Kevin's floor chili beans. I think they're a good contrast to her pink color. Next, we have Poncho. Poncho has absolutely adorable little beans. They're also orange. I think I'm not a fan of the yellow around the orange though, so I'm gonna put these into Brett's baked beans. Next, we have Poppy. Poppy's beans. I love this color. It's such a good match with the red. I think these beans, okay, I'm gonna look like a hypocrite because they look so similar to Mint's, but I think the paw colors help. It makes it look less like just overly green. So these are gonna go into Kevin's floor chili beans. Portia has some adorable beans as well. There's not much that makes it stand out though, so these are going into Rhett's baked beans. Next we have Pudge. I mean, they're orange beans and they're kind of perfect, so we're going into Kevin's floor chili beans. Punchy, I think will go into Rhett's baked beans. Pearl, these purple beans, I'm actually obsessed. They're going into, do they go up here? I think they could. They're going into Duke's beans. I did it. Raymond, very popular of a villager, right? The beans, I think they're gonna get into Rhett's baked beans. Rex, these beans don't speak to me whatsoever, but they're still cute, so we're gonna put these into has beans. Ricky, yeah, ditto. Rolf, I love the beans, love the color. It's a good statement. I feel like I did, maybe I kind of want more, so I'm gonna put Rolf into Rhett's baked beans. Rory, I think I don't like the beans as much. I don't know why, even though the color's not that different from the other ones. I think these are going into has beans. Rosie's beans are so cute. I think Rosie's beans are gonna go into Kevin's floor chili beans. Rowan, I think these are gonna go into Kevin's floor chili beans. Okay, Rudy, look at these beans. Look how beautiful they are. The red, such a good color. I was about to do a chef's kiss because these belong in chef's kiss. Sally, beans, don't quite speak to me, but they're not bad. So let's put them into Fred's baked beans. Sheldon, I'm sorry, Sheldon, you're going into has beans. Shep, very cute. Shep, I think Shep is gonna go into Rhett's baked beans. Sky. Okay, these I can't tell if I'm obsessed or if I want more. And I think because of that, I'm gonna put them into Rhett's baked beans. Static. I am actually gonna eat my words because I said it in like yellow paws, but I didn't see them with the purple before, and I think now I have to say I'm obsessed. So these are going into Duke's beans. Stinky, also very cute, very bold beans. Not quite as obsessed though, so I'm gonna put them into Rut's baked beans. Stitches, look at immediately up here. Immediately going into Chef's Kiss beans. Sydney, girl, I don't blame you, I just want more. Sylvana. Sylvana is so precious. I think Sylvana, these are gonna go into Brett's baked beans. Tabby, these beans, I think they're gonna go also into Brett's baked beans. Next we have Tammy. They don't really stand out again, so Tammy's going into Brett's baked beans. Tangy. Tangy, I love the beans. I love that Tangy even has beans. Like the concept of Tangy being an orange with beans, or a tangerine, whatever Tangy is supposed to be. I love them. They're going up here. Chef's kiss. Tasha's beans, I think I'm actually kind of obsessed, to be honest. So these are going into Duke's beans. Teddy, I am not as obsessed, however. So these are actually going to go into Rhett's baked beans. Tom. Okay, Tom, I think will go into Rhett's baked beans. Tutu, Duke. They're going into Duke's beans. Tybalt, not a big fan of these brown ones, to be honest. Has beans. Ursula, kind of a similar feel. Ursula, I think, will also go into has beans. Vivian. So Vivian, I think, will probably go into Rhett's baked beans. It's the orange for me. I still love the orange. Vladimir, you don't expect a Vladimir to have these kinds of beans. I'm gonna put these into Kevin's floor chili beans. Walker, okay, I know earlier I put Stinky over here. Walker, I don't know why, but these kind of speak to me, and I'm gonna put these into Kevin's floor chili beans. Okay, last three. We have Whitney. I think Whitney is gonna go with her cute purple paws into Kevin's floor chili beans. Wolfgang, I'm not feeling it, but not bad. And they're gonna go into Rhett's baked beans. And lastly, Yuka, going into has beans. I think that is everybody. This is where we stand in our bean rankings. It was a lot of toe beans to get through, but I hope you enjoyed watching me do this. Let me know in the comments what you would have changed, who would be in your Chef's Kiss beans tier, and thank you for watching the video. I'll see you next time. Bye!